Hey everyone, welcome back to Jealousy Part 2, where we are going to be talking about that nasty little bugger called jealousy. Again, like I talked about in the first part of this video series, jealousy is one of those nasty little things that starts to kind of just come up and bite you in the butt when you're least expecting it. For me, it started when I first met my wife. Again, I had never experienced it before meeting my wife. Because I had always been in control of past relationships with people that I had dated. And for everyone it's different, but that's the way that it kind of manifested for me. So yesterday, or in part 1 of this video series, I talked about the fact that one of the negative things with jealousy is that it can create a crazy 8 pattern where you're kind of going back and forth with anger and frustration, and you attack your partner or your spouse, and then after you get sick with that, you go over here and you get sad and depressed, and you just kind of dwell in the fact that you can't control or change the past. Okay? Again, a lot of us deal with that. I also talked about the fact that if you are dating someone right now, or you are married to a person who really struggles with jealousy, a great way to start to help them kind of move forward and progress out of that state is by affirming them in public. Okay? It's a great way to start helping them realize that the relationship that they are in with you is different than any other that you've ever experienced. Okay? So for Part 2 of jealousy, I want to talk about the second thing, or the second and third thing that I really find to be really, really hard, and something that can be really bad for your relationship when it deals with jealousy, and it's this. It pushes your partner into an either-or type of scenario, and it basically makes your partner feel helpless. What I mean by it is this. When I would confront my wife over and over again about her past, she got to the point where it was like, by telling him the truth, I never make any progress, and he just comes back and he's unfair, and I feel terrible, and I can't change my past, and he feels bad, and he's sad, and all the things that kind of come along with that. So for Kate, what she started to do was either not tell me the whole truth, which is lying, or she would lie on purpose so that I would kind of leave her alone. And what it did is it basically made her feel helpless in each different scenario where I would be confrontational with her about her past. I was being completely unfair, and she simply had no idea what to do. So if you're a person who is constantly confronting your partner about their past, know that you're giving them an either-or type of scenario where they can either tell you the truth and have you be super hurt and frustrated, or it's very possible that they might be lying to you, not because they want to, but because they feel like they have no other choice. And so if that's you, you really need to kind of have a check-in with yourself to see why it is that you keep coming back to your partner and confronting them about something that they can't change. Okay? The second thing is, what is a good way or a positive way that you can start to change your vantage point when it comes to dealing with jealousy in your relationship? And this is with people who struggle with jealousy. It's change your perspective. And I know that sounds easier said than done, but it's a really, really effective tool and strategy if you can start to kind of reframe the way that you think about your partner's past. So for example, when I started dating my wife, Kate, and when we were dating, when we got engaged, and even when we were first married, I looked at her past as baggage and something negative that I had to deal with. And it took me a long time to finally figure out that her past is what turned her into the person that she is, that I married. she was able to learn from her past relationships, grow from her past relationships, and turn into the woman that I loved. And so now I look at her past relationships as a source of strength for her and also for our relationship. I also look at my past as the same thing. I don't look at my past and say, oh man, woulda, shoulda, coulda, or man, I made so many different mistakes. I look at it really as they were learning opportunities to turn me into the man that I am today and that my wife so appreciates. At least I think she does. So again, changing your perspective is another key ingredient to helping you work through your patterns of jealousy. So again, I hope this was helpful. Later on next week, I will come back with the final episode as far as this goes with jealousy. So kick back, relax, and we'll see you for part 3 next week. Take care.